Are you guys all excited about the Winter Olympics? Have you been watching?
It's been happening, and I didn't know it.
Yeah, I barely knew it. See, I heard something.
Well, I think a lot of people are disinterested, and then like a lot more people are just like they don't like China, and they're just like, fuck it.
Well, there's a story I just found today, and I didn't read it in detail, but just from what it says, like I'm not sure exactly what happened, but I'll go through and see what you guys think. So it says 5 ski jumpers were disqualified at the Winter Olympics because of, quote, baggy suits. The International Ski Federation, FIS, disqualified 5 women ski jumpers because their suits were too baggy, leaving the sport mired in controversy on the biggest stage at the Beijing Winter Olympics. The competition had been heralded as a step forward for women in ski jumping, as it offered them a second chance to compete on the biggest stage in the sport.
I mean, if you're not going to strap yourself into a bikini and fucking go no, slamming down those slopes, like
They lost me at women. Like, come on.
It's not real.
You should be wearing a thong.
unless it says trans, that's transphobic.
But there were tears before the end of the competition after the disqualifications. The final of the inaugural mixed team event in China descended into chaos when several athletes, some with serious medal hopes, had jumps chalked off because their suits were deemed to have given them an aerodynamic advantage because they were too big. Now, see, that's what gets me hung up. I would think baggy suits would get more air resistance.
That'd be my first thought.
I would think
and it's not like the other contestants couldn't have worn baggy suits.
Let's keep going. Let's see. Sarah Takanashi.
Unless maybe it was like a squirrel suit. You just come off the high jump.
Oh yeah, yeah. You
sugar glide to the bottom.
That'd be. I'd actually like to see someone do that. See how far they could go. Sarah Takanashi was one of the disqualified athletes. The move came after the suits were inspected mid-competition and led to German Katarina. I think it's like Althos, but I'm going to say Outhouse. And Japanese hopeful Sarah Takanashi being disqualified, as well as jumpers from Norway and Austria. Althaus told reporters, "We were looking forward to the second competition at the Olympics. FIS destroyed that with this action. They destroyed women's ski jumping. Our names are now out there, and we just pulled the..." This is weird because it's like censoring. It says C ** P, which I would think crap. It says they pulled the crap card, but is that a saying?
I don't know.
That is how you destroy nations, development, and the entire sport. Germany's head of Nordic events at the Olympic Winter Games, Horst Hudel, added, "This is a parody, but I'm not laughing. It is outrageous that this happens with the 4 biggest ski jump nations." 5 athletes were DQ'd in total. Norway's head of ski jumping, Claes Brede Brathen, added that the whole affair was very painful for the disqualified athletes and their teammates, stating that the issue could and should have been sorted out before the competition even started. That would make the most sense.
Yeah.
He said the sport of ski jumping has experienced one of its darker days. I'm lost for words, really. I'm in pain on behalf of our sport. Because of the nature of ski jumping, wind resistance is key in the sport, meaning that equipment, including suits, is regularly checked to ensure that there is no foul play. The FIS said that the opportunity was there before the games to test the new suits, which had been designed for the games, but few nations took it. In the end, the competition was won by Slovenia, with the Russian Olympic Committee taking silver, leaving Canada with an unlikely bronze. Slovenia took the gold in the end. In total, 2 Norwegians, 1 German, an Austrian, and a Japanese athlete were penalized. One of the disqualified Norwegians, Silje Osbeth, said, "I think they checked it in a new way today compared to what they have done previously. I think it's very strange that they would suddenly change how they do it in the middle of a tournament. I don't know what to say. I'm really just shaken. I'm sorry that I was disqualified today." The tournament judges declined to comment when asked by Norwegian journalists. So, yeah, this kind of seems like it's on that committee that inspects the suits. Like, why would they even have made it like an optional thing that these nations didn't like take advantage of? Like, they should have it should be mandatory, and then this wouldn't have been a problem.
Yeah. That's just poor planning.
Yeah. But also, I want to see these suits because, like, I would think like the more skin tight, the more aerodynamic. I wouldn't think like a baggy suit would be helpful in this situation. Like I don't.
Maybe the wind was behind them.
Oh, so it's like a sailboat. Like, which way's the wind blowing? I'm wearing my baggy suit today.
Getting a little extra 5 miles an hour.
That's the other thing. Like, what kind of difference do you think these suits can make? Like millimeters? Like, it just seems like so stupid.
I wouldn't even thought that would make a difference. Like, I don't know who comes up with these ideas. Like, oh yeah, baggy suits, that's the way to go.
Like the only thing I've been able to think of is stupid, sexy Flanders.
It's like I'm wearing nothing at all. Nothing at all. You know, I also wonder, like, does Canada ever lose curling? Because if they do, they should be ashamed of themselves.
Yeah. I don't know. I've never seen curling.
It's funny because like, back home we were so close to the Canadian border that when we had cable, like we got like CBC, which like the Canadian Broadcasting Company or whatever. So like they had it on there frequently, and like every once in a while I would watch it just because it's such a weird sport. Like, and I still don't really understand how the sweeping and stuff
Yeah,
works.
how is that guy who's sweeping going to make that big of a difference?
I don't know. The other thing is like they'll sweep really fast and then they'll let off, and then they'll sweep really fast and let off, and it's just like, wow, I don't really get it. I wish I knew what was going on, but
I'm surprised that like living where we grew up, like no one ever, just went and painted some freaking lines out on the lake or something
and tried it. I don't know if there would have been a really good place to try it. Well, I mean,
those lakes freeze over in the winter.
yeah, but they're all full of prostitutes and
Yeah. All the shanties out there. But I mean, if you need to send your son off for a little while, it'd be like, go do some curling with your friends. Dad is busy.
At the shanty.
These ice queens running around.